Hello, I'm Christine Medap and we're here today to try some zero alcohol wine. No, I find that really unpleasant.
Sounds like a good time.
A little party in a glass. Cheers.
Cheers.
I will be honest and say that I've actually had this Brown Brothers Prosecco before. It looks like Prosecco, it's bubbling like Prosecco.
It also smells
It's got a nice fruity nose.
That's a banger.
I think that's quite pleasant, isn't it? So the next wine we're trying is a zero Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand. This is by Geeson's. So the nose is what I'd expect from a Sauvignon Blanc, and then it's quite fruity.
Are you a seasoned wine drinker?
Red wine, a committed wine drinker, I would say. So it's very fruity and it's a little watery, I think.
Yes,
it just doesn't feel as full and fruity on the palate. This is the Today for Tomorrow, which is another Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc. How do you find the taste?
I actually quite like this one.
And it doesn't have as much on the nose, as much aroma as a usual Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc, but it's giving you something on the nose, isn't it? And it's certainly giving you something on the palate. So you're getting a lot of fruit, I think, on the front palate. Again, it maybe dies away a bit at the end, but I actually think that's quite a nice wine. Another Sauvignon Blanc. So Sauvignon Blanc is really popular in the zero range for all those reasons that it's quite a highly sort of aromatic wine to start with. And this is Paradox.
It's also not that good.
No, it's quite acidic maybe, a bit disconnected. Acid fruit sort of jarring a little.
That tastes like what I drank when I was 17.
Right, okay, you don't want to go back there. Rosé, good old rosé. So this is plus and minus rosé. Plus and minus have been doing quite a lot of zero products. So this rosé has got a subtle nose.
That's great.
I actually quite like that too.
That's great. Plus or minus, it's a plus from me.
Yeah, I think it's a plus for me as well. One of the wine scientists said to me it was something like skim milk and full cream milk. That you actually know there's a difference in the taste, but you're happy to drink the skim milk because you get the health benefits from it. And I also like the idea of people say having like an adult drink. So if you go out, people say if you don't want to drink wine, just drink water. But I think a lot of people like to have a glass of bubbles, or they like to have something that looks like wine in their hands.
You look a lot cooler bringing that as well. You can't bring a bottle of water to a dinner party.
No, I think that's right.
Embarrassing.
Turning up to a party with a little glass of this, I think would be fine. Now, red wine is the problem child. So I have quite low expectations just because everybody I've spoken to said they have not actually cracked the red wine market yet. This is a Today for Tomorrow Barossa Valley Shiraz.
There's no smell.
No, I find that really unpleasant. It looks the real deal, but it's actually not very pleasant in the mouth, is it? It's very dry. I'm getting a lot of acid, not a lot of fruit.
Yeah.
So no, not happy with that one.
That's a nice wine to buy for someone you don't like.
And finally, we have the Paradox Grenache.
That looks like a movie wine.
Yeah, it does not have a nose.
And it tastes absolutely awful.
Yeah, it's just not pleasant, really, is it? And it's not close to the real thing. If we were thinking that it doesn't have to taste like wine and you're just tasting it, even then I don't think it's very successful.
No, it tastes like an off Ribena. Like a cordial that's sat in the sun for a bit too long. It's
still in the grape juice territory, I think, isn't it? So the new thing in low alcohol, so this is not even wine and it is low alcohol. They're called piquettes. And so piquettes are made from the second fermentation. So once the wine has been made and the skins would usually be discarded, the skins are actually being rehydrated and fermented again with water and a few other little botanicals, I think. And they make this sort of low alcohol, and it's not even a wine, let's just say it's what is it? It's fun in a can. And so this has been described as like a seltzer or a sour beer. So you have to not think of wine when you think of this. You just have to think of something all on its own.
This is a Gen Z dream. Like the commitment to design, the obsession with uniqueness, and the sustainability side of it.
Exactly.
I can imagine selling well.
It's very dry, like it does remind me of a sour beer. You expect it to be fruity, I think, because you think of it as being wine, but you can't think of it as being wine because it's not a wine.
That's not what I
So
was
it's quite a dry.
expecting.
No, it's, you expect it to be quite sweet, don't you? But it's not sweet at all.
It kind of tastes a bit like pool chlorine, but it's also really nice.
I'm not getting that at all. This is another type of piquette. This is the escape room piquette. See, I look at that and I think, like, it's almost like lolly water, and I bet you it's not sweet at all. That is like a sour beer to me.
That's my favourite.
You like that? That's quite dry.
Brilliant.
Not a lot of sugar at all. And that's good fun, and it feels like a sort of an adult party type drink, doesn't it? But cheers, thank you for tasting with today.
Thank you for indulging me.